Hello, friends. Welcome. We're going to talk today about 5 ways people gaslight Black women about moving abroad. We're going to talk about 5 things that people always pull out of their toolkit of of crushing Black women's dreams and hopes. Five of the same go-to techniques for gaslighting Black women, for telling Black women, oh no, that's really not what you want. Hey, that's not what you want. Let me tell you why you don't want the thing you actually want. We're going to talk about 5 ways that people gaslight Black women about moving abroad, and we're going to, yeah, that's it. Hopefully, once we acknowledge that these are gaslighting techniques, we don't have to keep dealing with them. We will. Spoiler alert, we will have to keep dealing with them because it's just a thing that people use. Gaslighting is a control method, a control technique, and people aren't going to just stop trying to control Black women or keep Black women in a specific box. But at least once we recognize this, hey, this is gaslighting. Hey, this is not, I don't need to take this seriously. Hopefully that makes everything easier for you. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Stephanie Perry. I'm a year-round house sitter. I'm the creator of House Sitter School. I help Black women take a sabbatical, move abroad, bop around as a digital nomad. If these things sound good to you, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And please make sure that you turn on notifications. Ring that notification bell so that you will be notified when I post a new video. Welcome. Okay, good morning, friends. Good morning, y'all. Something's going on with my comment box. Every time I put something on the screen, I have to go back. It like closes. Okay. Good morning, everybody. I hope y'all are well. My mom is at church right now, and Rashida is out living her life right now. So I can say whatever I want. I don't have anybody. I don't have anybody to answer to. I don't have anybody who's going to be like, no, not true, false. So I'm free. I'm free this morning. I can say whatever I feel like saying. This is what I feel like talking about. All right, this is what I feel like talking about. Good morning, friends. So I'm sorry, my little comment box is acting funny. You know, I have a new computer, relatively new computer. And so I don't have things set up exactly the way I usually do. Stella M. Hi, first time I'm on live. Welcome, Stella M. I'll be in San Miguel tomorrow, beginning my scouting for the right town. That's wonderful. San Miguel de Allende has a burgeoning community of Black expats, particularly from the U.S., but probably from other places too. San Miguel de Allende is a cute town in Mexico that is not too far from a city, from a couple of cities where you can fly in. So it's a nice, convenient place for people who want to move abroad, but would need to be able to still come back and forth, and for people who want some community with some Black women. So good. I hope that you've hooked up with the Black women down there. Michelle, I'm going to give you her Instagram. Casa Elm, ELM, is her Instagram because she changed her other one, CASAELM. Okay? Michelle on Instagram is Casa Elm. She's a Black woman there who does work to help Black women move, not just abroad, not just to Mexico, but abroad in general. But because she's in Mexico, Expat Life Mexico. That's what she's changed things to. So she's changed her Instagram to Expat Life Mexico, but she also has an Instagram for Casa Elm, which is her. You didn't ask me all this. You didn't even ask me all this. Casa Elm is her. It's like a guest house that she's running in Mexico. So Casa Elm or Expat Life Mexico, if you want to hook up with some Black women who are in San Miguel de Allende living their lives. Hmm. That's wonderful. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, which is something I've been doing lately, I'm gonna tell you my list of 5 before we get going. I'm gonna tell you my list of 5 ways people are out here gaslighting Black women about moving abroad. I'm gonna tell you the list right now. So you can decide if this is a video you want to hang out for. If you don't want to hang out for this video, I have others, so go find something else, okay? This one is a subject matter that is going to rile you up, some people up, okay? I'm telling you, you don't have to feel riled up about things. You can just leave them, okay? All right, so here are my list of ways that people are gaslighting Black women about moving abroad. Okay, they tell you that you can't move to a specific country, particularly Portugal, because of their role in the slave trade. I don't believe it. That is not a real comment. That is gaslighting. And we're going to talk about why. I don't take you serious if that's your comment to me. And we're going to talk about why. Number two, if everybody can't leave the country, nobody should leave the country. If everybody can't do it for XYZ reasons, then no, you shouldn't do it. Stop making videos about it. Number three, we built this country. We can't leave everything we work for behind. Number four, I'm gonna try to get through this video without being just flat out mean and rude. I'm gonna try to stay my normal self, but these are comments that just get to me. Okay, number four, the country XYZ isn't safe, or they're racist over there, or whatever. Gaslighting. Y'all already know. Number five, different tone. Number five, it's so much cheaper abroad. It's so much cheaper in XYZ country. X country is dirt cheap. That's also gaslighting. Let me tell you, also gaslighting. Okay, so if you took notes, if you want to tell me which one you think we need to cover first, say it. Let me know. Okay, number one, can't move to Portugal because of their role in the slave trade. Number two, if everybody can't go, nobody should go. Number three, we built this country. We can't leave what we worked for behind. Number four, XYZ country isn't safe, or XYZ country is racist. Number five, it's cheap. It's cheap. Move abroad because it's so cheap. If you know you want to talk about one of these in particular first, holler at me. Let me know, okay? I'll try to get my comments fixed while we're doing that, okay? If yeah, okay. If not, I'll just go in that order. I'll just go in that order. I've been a YouTuber for almost no, for just over 2 years. That's strange. June 20, no, that's not right. June 2020, 21, 22. Okay, so I started June of 2019. So I've been a YouTuber for 3 years now. Just hit my 3 year anniversary a couple months ago. 3 years on YouTube, 3 years of getting the same comments over and over from the same group of people, from people who just don't like the idea of Black women making themselves a priority and making peace of mind a priority, not hard work. When you start talking about stuff for hard work, they're like, oh, yes, do it, right? If I was like, I'm going to go volunteer in Portugal and build something with my bare hands and from scratch and whatever, I wouldn't hear a word, right? But when I say I want to go live in ease in Portugal or in Costa Rica or in Mexico, in Curacao, right? If I want to go do nothing, I want to go there because it's a place where I can do as little as possible. Everybody has something to, not everybody, but some people, a certain group of people have something to say about it. Okay, so I see start number one, number three, number seven. I didn't give you a number seven. Do they have a Popeyes? Leave me alone, Auntie Liz. Number five. Okay. Erica, we built this country. Number three, number five, number four. Go in that order. Okay. Right, Equity said, just go in order, girl. We want them all. Okay. All right, so let me take this off. It started out a little warm, and then I got a little chilly, and then I got warm again. I'm 48. My body temperature is just unpredictable. Okay. All right, so we'll go in that order. Um, but if you're new here, I need you to understand that this is a channel where Black women live our dreams, where we take time to dream a new dream, and then where we live our dream. This is not a channel for prescribing to Black women what more work we should be doing. We've done enough. We've done enough. This is not a place where you come to tell Black women what more work you think we should be doing. I'm not down with that. Y'all just gonna have to see my light because I can't get anything situated. I'm not down with that. That's not the tone of this channel. If that upsets you or irritates you, you're not gonna like any of my videos, right? You might as well set yourself free, leave, because you're not gonna like any of my videos. If the idea of doing as little as possible upsets you, prepare to be upset, okay? All right. So the first gaslighting sentiment that I hear over and over again, because I love Portugal, is that American Black people should not be moving to Portugal. Portugal had a significant role in the slave trade. Yes, Portugal had a significant role in the slave trade. You know who else did? Your next door neighbor's family and your boss's family and the people at your church, right? Like, This is gaslighting. I will never, ever, ever take this comment seriously. The definition of gaslighting. I guess I should have done this. Let me Google it. Okay? Because when I want a definition of gaslighting, I just say, you didn't see what you thought you saw. You didn't hear what you thought you heard. Gaslighting is who you gonna believe, me or your lying eyes. The definition is manipulate someone by psychological means into questioning their own sanity. Okay. When I think of gaslighting, all of the sentence I think of is, who you gonna believe, me or your lying eyes? Right? That's gaslighting. That's gaslighting. Don't gaslight me. Right? I don't take that comment seriously. All y'all out here going to Portugal. You know Portugal had a role in the slave trade. You know who else did? I worked for Barclays Bank for a long time. Barclays Bank made their money in slavery, probably slavery and the Holocaust. I don't know. I'm not going to Google it. But I would guess slavery and the Holocaust. You know what I did every day? I got up and I went to work at Barclays Bank, right? Your last name is Jones. Your last name is Perry, right? Your last name is Washington. Your last name is Jefferson, right? And you're gonna tell me about the slave trade, and you're gonna tell me that I need to make decisions about my life based on something that you're not making decisions on your life about, right? You kept the last name. You still work for the people who made their money in slavery. You still work for the prison system. Dude, you work in slavery 2.0. You work for the prison system. You work for the criminal justice system. You work for the Department of Defense. I've been in the Army, right? And you're going to tell me that I need to make my life's choices based on, child, please. I will never take that comment seriously. I will never. I don't care. I don't care. There is no seriousness to that comment. That comment is only used to try to convince me that I don't want what I want. And that's gaslighting, right? There are people who are totally decolonizing themselves. Yes, decolonize yourself. Do it, right? Do it. But don't hold me to a higher decolonization standard than you hold yourself. Your last name is Jones. Get out of my face, man. Get out of my face. Please get out of my face, right? Don't hold me to a higher standard than you hold yourself in this matter. Right? Oh, frankly, I'm at work, right? Your neighborhood is called Golden Plantation. And you're going to tell me I can't move to Portugal. You moved into, this neighborhood is new. You just bought that house. You had breakfast this morning in a shopping center called such and such plantation. And you're going to tell me I can't move to Portugal. I never, ever, ever believe that comment. That is you are lying to me in my face. You playing in my face with that comment. I felt so calm and relaxed, but I did listen to Beyonce Renaissance just while I was getting my makeup on. So maybe that's why I feel a little fired up. Because I felt super calm and relaxed and chill this morning. Okay. Get out of my face. I know, like, as soon as that sentence comes out of their little fingers, because, it's always on the keyboard. Soon as that comment comes out of their little fingers, that's it. I already know you're not here for a serious conversation. Because decolonization is a serious conversation, but you're not here for a serious conversation. You're just here to tell Black women what to do because you're afraid of us totally freeing ourselves, right? Come on now. Come on now. Mr. Jones at 1668 Plantation Boulevard. Getting dressed right now to go work at the correctional facility. Don't lecture me on moving to Portugal. Right? Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself because it's not affecting me. Now, it does affect other people. There's a reason that I go in and sometimes reply to comments that don't really merit a reply. Sometimes I do it because other people are reading these comments. There might be a woman out here who is thinking about making some changes and who was considering Portugal or someplace, France, right? There's some places Black women can go and thrive, right? Considering some place, and Mr. Jones is in here talking. I will reply at times, depending on my own mindset at that moment. I'll reply at times to comments that don't require a reply because I don't want the next Black woman, the person who is me 5, 10 years ago, to see that comment and think, oh, okay, I need to make all of my life's decisions based on what Mr. Jones, living at 1695 Plantation Boulevard, says I need to do. If you visit a place and you feel a sense of freedom and peace and ease and joy that you don't feel here, stay there. Stay in that place. Get yourself back to that place as often as you can. Move there, live there, thrive there. You don't know what it felt like for me because you haven't been there, Mr. Jones, right? You don't know what that felt like. I can't even tell you how it felt. I just can feel it, right? I felt free. I went to Thailand years ago, the beginning of my sabbatical, which was 2015, the beginning of that career break where I visited 12 countries in 12 months. I visited Chiang Mai, Thailand, and Tiffany, who is Where in the Herd is Tiffany on YouTube. Tiffany was there. She was like, "Hi, let's meet up." We met up, and we ran into a Black dude who just wanted to talk. He was so excited to see some Black people. He's from, I don't remember where he was from. I'm gonna guess Chicago, but I don't remember where he was from. And he just kept saying, "I feel so free." He had gone to Thailand on vacation. And I think he didn't go back home. I think he stayed because in Thailand at the time, you could just extend your visa and do some other things and not have to get residency. This was years ago. So he just got a job teaching English, which is a thing you can do when you're a native English speaker. He just got a job teaching English and stayed in Thailand. He just kept saying, "I feel so free here. I feel so free." I don't know if maybe we were the first Black people he met since he moved there because he just couldn't he couldn't have a conversation, right? So Tiffany is a YouTuber as well, and has a blog. So she wanted to like do some like light interviewing. What's your life like? What's your cost of living? How do you afford? How do you make it here as a teacher? Do you have friends? I feel so free. I feel so free. I feel so free, right? Go where you have that feeling. I don't have the words to tell you. And I love to use words. I don't have the words to tell you what it feels like. I know what it feels like. And that's why I do this. That's why I do this work, because I want all Black women to feel that feeling. Okay. And I'm not going to tell you you're wrong for feeling that feeling in Portugal and not Ghana. Right? I'm not going to tell you you're wrong for feeling that feeling in Mexico and not Kenya. I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing that. This is not me telling you what to do, right? This is a common comment also that I get is that I'm telling Black women to go to Portugal, Costa Rica, Mexico. No, I'm not. Interview a lot of women in these countries because that's where we go. I've interviewed a lot of women who have moved to Portugal or Mexico in particular because those are easy places for us to go. But I'm not telling you to go there. The only thing I tell you, don't ship stuff, right? Don't ship and don't store a whole bunch of stuff if it's going to cost you, right? If you can do it for like right, I got stuff in that closet. Well, stuff was in that closet, and I moved it next door to the bedroom, to the other room, right? Um, but I do tell you, don't do that, right? Don't pay for shipping. Don't pay for storage of things. Travel as light as you can, right? But that's the real don't. Don't, I do say don't go to a place to build that place, right? Number one, it's already built. Ghana's already built, right? A lot of Black men in particular tell Black women it's our job to go to a country to build that country. That's a weird message. I hate that message. Y'all know I hate that message, right? So I say don't do that. Focus on you, focus on peace, focus on rest. Other than that, do what you want, right? If you want to build an entire travel itinerary based on where the men are 5'9" and taller, do it. Do what you want. If you only want to go to countries where the temperature never reaches 70 degrees, do that. Do what you want, right? I'm team boycott winter. I'm not telling you. Well, maybe that is a no, I don't think I've ever told you to boycott winter. I may have encouraged you strongly. But some of y'all like it. I don't understand that. I'll never understand that. But some of y'all like winter weather. I'm not telling anybody to go any particular place. Because the places that they want you to go, if you're mad about Portugal's role in the slave trade, wait till you find out about Ghana's role in the slave trade, right? Like, if you're mad at Portugal, child, wait till you get to West Africa and learn about their also role in the slave trade, right? Like, anyway, I don't want to make this a place where I tell you what to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. If that has been the misunderstanding, the misconception, I've said now on record, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I tell you what I'm doing. I bring other people on, they tell you what they're doing. If you see some similarities, some commonalities, it's because these are good places, right? But, you know, I, okay. All right. So I feel like we've covered this. How did we do on this one? Okay. So if anybody here was picking their places based on that country's record with slavery, with colonization, if that really is your priority, do it, do that. Okay. But if that's Mr. Jones's priority for you, Mr. Jones can leave us alone. Mr. Jones, leave us alone. Okay. Mr. Jones, Mr. Brown, Mr. Washington, all Mr. Perry, right? All the name, right? If you still got the name, and you're gonna tell me I need to live my life a certain way, child, leave me alone. Leave me alone. That is such an unserious comment. As soon as anybody leaves that comment, I know they're not serious. I know they're not serious. Hey, Weezy Jefferson, I haven't seen you in a while. Good morning. I've noticed that was not, I said that in a unfriendly way, but I mean that in a I missed you way. I've noticed they're calling Black women elitists for having maids in Mexico. This is why I don't take in a lot of information from I take in information from people who think like me. Right? They say that you're supposed to take in information from other people to get other people's perspectives, but some people's perspectives are just wrong. And I don't want that floating around in my brain. It stays with you. Things you hear and read and take in, they stay with you. Your eyes are part of your brain. I learned that. Your eyes and your brain are not two separate things. I learned this very recently from a neurologist or something. I don't pay attention all that well, but I did learn that. Your eyes and your brain your eyes are a part of your brain. Right? That stuff that you take in, stuff that you read, stuff that you listen to, it stays with you. So I choose not to listen to stuff like that, right? I have a vision for my life. I have a vision for my life, and I know what that entails. And that entails, I don't want to clean the bathroom. I don't want to. I have to do it here. I'm at my mom and dad's house in exotic Dover, Delaware. I don't like that. I don't like it, right? And so if people aren't down for your type of lifestyle, this is why you form community with people who are into what you're into, right? Some people are not going to get it. Yeah, some people are not going to get it. Now, there is a conversation to be had about how to do things the right way. When you go to places, when you can afford more than the average liver. Oh, the only thing I can think of is liver, the average citizen, right? When you can afford more than the average resident is what I want to say. You can afford more than the average resident. There is a conversation to be had about how we do things the right way and how we do things the right way, how we don't go there and mess things up. But 50 Black women moving to San Miguel de Allende, if that topples the economy, there was something else at play, right? There was some greed, there was some inequality already at play that we didn't have anything to do with. Yeah. Hi, this is Sonia. Sonia from Lack to Legacy. Thank you, Stephanie. Set me free. I have a wonderful housekeeper and we respect one another. It's a job. It's a job. I have been a service professional. Housekeeping, nanny work. It's a job. A driver. The laundry person. The laundry. My mom always makes fun of me for saying laundry lady. And she put some clothes in the dryer for me the other day. And she was like, I'll send you my bill. Those are jobs, right? We pay someone an appropriate amount of money, a fair amount of money that we both agree on. They're satisfied, we're satisfied. It's a job. I think that you don't hear, I don't know. So you don't really hear people who work in the service industry talk about things as being elitist. Talk about people as being elitist because they have someone providing services for them, right? It's the people in the middle will call you elitist. I think. I don't know. I don't really think about that too much. I actually don't want to think about that too much, right? Uh, these are jobs. This is a business person. This is a business person who provides a service for money. We buy time. Everybody buys time. Everybody buys time. Unless you're out here baking your own bread, you buy time, right? Some people don't even make their own coffee, right? You buy time from other people. Who's to say what I can and can't buy? If it's legal and both the parties agree to it, who's to say I can't buy someone coming in at night and taking care of my baby when the baby wakes up so I can get a night's sleep? Who are you to say? Remember that? That was a while ago on Twitter. A woman talked about her nighttime doula. The woman had just a black woman. She was pretty young too. Had just had a baby. She was a business owner, I think. And the nighttime doula came in maybe 10 o'clock at night, and I don't know. Passport day. I don't know what you mean. The doula came in at 10 o'clock at night. The dog greeted her at the front door, and then escorted the nighttime doula to the baby's nursery. And the mom went and dad went to bed, right? And the nighttime doula took care of the baby at night. Oh my gosh! Some people were up in arms. I was like, note to self: nighttime doulas exist. Remember that, just in case. Just in case. Yeah, right? Everyone buys someone's time. Seriously, you don't bake your own bread. You buy that. That is buying time from someone else to do the things that are more convenient, that make more financial sense for you to pay for than to do yourself. Everybody, right? Some people just have a line where they think, oh, these are the things that I can afford, right? So if you can afford more of these things, you're the problem. There's something wrong. Whatever. Listen, we didn't invent we didn't invent working for money. Y'all know if we didn't have to work for money, I would never do anything. It's not my you're not out here churning butter. Right? You're not out here churning butter, making your own clothes. All right, gaslighting. That's all gaslighting. It's all gaslighting. We have a vision for our lives and we move ourselves toward that vision. All right. Okay. So that was number one. You can't move to Portugal because Portugal was big in the slave trade. They made the slave ships and they blah, blah, blah. You know what? A lot of those people moved here. A lot of those greedy, money hungry people from Portugal, from the UK, you know where they are? Right next door. Their descendants are right next door to you. They work right beside you. They're driving beside you on the highway. They're in the grocery store you're shopping in, right? Those people's descendants look to your left, look to your right. That's where those people's descendants are. A lot of them, right? They left their country to make it a money in the slave trade in the new world. All right. That's all. Okay. Okay. I feel like we covered it. Did we cover it? We covered number one. In my travels, when I traveled to Portugal recently and used the laundry service, it was as if someone gave me $1 million. I was so happy to have my time to pay someone to do that for me was everything. That's all it is, right? That's all it is. Paying for services, Buying yourself a little bit of time. I'm down with it. I'm down with it. Oh my gosh. Like I'm like looking for other things. What else? What else can I take off my plate? That's it. Right? These are business owners who make money doing us providing a service. Some of us have been service providers or are today. All right. The guilt that you might feel, people might feel about things, you can work through that. You can work through that guilt. Okay. Don't keep it. Don't keep it. All right. All right. So can't move to Portugal because of the slave trade. Number two. Okay. So number two comment. I understand where this one comes from, but I also, it's still gaslighting. I understand the sentiment behind number two. If everyone can't get out of the US, then nobody should, right? Y'all are out here leaving us behind, leaving people behind. I understand the sentiment. The United States is built on like the passport, even like the passport system. Some in some states, convicted felons can't get a passport. In some states, people with I think people who owe the IRS and student loans, I think they take your passport. I might have made that up, but I think right. So not everyone can go. Some people have family responsibilities that mean that they can't go. They have a parent in a nursing home, or right, that would mean that they can't go the traditional way. Maybe they can't go the way we go, right? So the sentiment, the sentiment that if everybody can't go, nobody can go. No, no, right? There is such a thing as going to prepare a place. Some of these women are out here starting communities, and if things go down, if things go the way it looks like things are going, you're going to be real happy that some of these women got out early. If you owe child support, Lysandra Moore, hey, yeah, right. So there are not everyone can get a passport, right? Well, okay. So there's three different points I want to make at the same time. So the quickest point is you can leave the country without a passport by going to certain places, right? Puerto Rico, if things go down and you need to get out of the United States, you could still there are a couple places, Puerto Rico and Guam, am I right? And the U.S. Virgin Islands, right? It's not advised that you fly to these places without a passport, because if your flight gets diverted, then you're in another country illegally. If your flight, okay, but in worst case scenario, there are places that people without a passport can go and leave the physical United States, right? Even Alaska, right, might be a safe. Well, I don't know. Alaska's probably full of former U.S. military people who would be on the wrong side of a civil war. If we're going to a civil war, okay, this is me talking extreme. All right, I realize that this is an extreme thing, right? But if we are moving towards another civil war, right, where can Black people without a passport go? Those places for now. But things change, right? Countries change their rules at different times in different circumstances. So who's to say that if things go down, people without passports would not be able to go? I don't know. I don't know, right? Things happen that we can never predict, right? So I don't know. All right. But if something happens, you're gonna be real glad for these women who got out early, right? And started making preparations, right? Started scouting out some locations. Some women secretly are doing some big things. I don't even know how to tell you what some women are out here doing very, very secretly, very quietly, right? There may be an island or something being purchased, right? Some Black women are doing some very secret things to prepare us for worst case scenario, right? So the people right now who complain that we're leaving and leaving them behind because they can't go, right, will be real glad that we did. Okay? But I think, I'm making this stat up, I think 9 times out of 10, when people say that, they just mean the money. When they say not everybody can leave the country, they just mean the money. Which is why I talk on this channel about how little money it could actually take to leave the United States for good, right? Hello, lovely mix. I've been called Wanda Sykes on 6 continents. Good morning. There are there is good information out here, but it's just being trickled out, right? Good information about how affordable it is. When I traveled for 1 year on savings, the job that I quit, I made $22 an hour, right? I made $45,000 a year, like breaking my back. That was that was work for $45,000 a year or $22 an hour, right? I was not a trust fund recipient or whatever you think people need, or work in one of these tech jobs, right? Where these tech people are like, I work in data security and I make $450,000 a year, right? That wasn't me. And I still was able to travel for 12 months. And that was before house sitting, right? That was before I knew about house sitting. I traveled for 12 months on $1,200 a month, 14,400 US dollars, right? Leaving the country at either, whether you're talking short term, long term, intermediate, indefinite, can be done for a lot less money than a lot of people know, which is why I make these videos talking about money, why I talk about money specifically, right? There are people out here teaching English online for $10 and $12 an hour and still and living and feeding themselves in some of these places. Not a whole lot of places in the US where you can make money working, where you can make a living at 10, 12, $15 an hour and live, right? Live, eat, have transportation, all of that, right? But there are people out here doing it in some parts of the world. So that's why I talk about these things. That's why I talk about teaching English online. It's the most accessible, right? Teaching English online or tutoring English online is what you're really doing. Tutoring English online, easy start. You already have the skill set. You speak English. If you're here listening to these videos, you speak English. You do need to be a native English speaker for most of the platforms, I think, like Cambly, right? But if you're a native English speaker, you have the ability to live in some parts of the world on $10 an hour, right? So which you can't do in Delaware. So I think when some people bring up the you're leaving people behind and if everybody can't go, this is elitist, okay? I think they just don't know how accessible it can be, which is why we do things like this video, which is why Rashida and I host Exodus Summit. Exodus Summit is coming. It's summit season. Let me get my thing ready. Let me get my thing ready on the screen. It's Exodus Summit season. Exodus Summit is a virtual summit that I host with Rashida Dow, who is Sheeta's on the Loose. Exodus Summit 2022 is all about the move abroad money. This is a virtual summit, an online conference where we're bringing in more than 20 Black women speakers to teach you how to make move abroad money. All right? We have speakers talking on subjects like, we have speakers doing sessions on real estate investing, like investing, I don't know what to call it, trading. We have a speaker talking about selling feet pics on the internet, which she says is a good move for Black women, a good financial move for Black women. We have a speaker coming in talking about how to teach something you already know online for money, which is what I do. House Sitter School is me teaching house sitting online for money, right? We have a session on we have a new session I don't think we've announced on freelance writing. A lot of Black women teachers and other professions, but I think of teachers at first off, are leaving teaching, right? They just can't, right? They just can't anymore. Freelance writing is, we have a session on freelance writing from a writer who is going to talk about writing for publications, right? Writing for news sites, writing for magazines, but also she's going to talk about a type of freelance writing that she says is paying her 3 times more than writing for publications with the same amount of work. So we have a session on freelance writing. We have a session on travelpreneurship. We have Kimberly West coming in to talk about her travel business and how that funds her luxury lifestyle. Some of you want to do or already do some sort of travelpreneurship. You host retreats, you host meetups, you host trips, right? So we have Kimberly West coming in to talk about travelpreneurship. She does luxury food and wine tours, among other things, and actual physical products, boxes of things. So that's going to be really exciting. We talk about money on this platform, in this summit, in this movement. We talk about money. I know that there are people out there who think that they can't live this life. They can't move abroad because of the money. So that's why we talk about money, right? When I first started house sitting, so get your ticket to Exodus Summit at exodussummit.com. The link is in the description if you're watching the replay. Hello, friends from the future. The link is in the description, okay? For you guys in the chat, it's here in the chat. Go ahead and get your ticket to Exodus Summit. We're talking about the money. We have women coming in to teach you how to make the money. You're going to get the steps. You know I love steps, right? This video is 5 things, right? I love steps. I love a breakdown. I love a strategy. We have speakers coming in to give you strategy. This is not an inspirational summit where we're like, and now you need to go learn how to do it, right? We've all been to talks where you think you're going to learn how to do a thing, and instead they just talk to you about how wonderful the thing is. Like, no, what are the steps, right? This is a summit where our speakers are coming in to give you the strategy. Our speakers are women, Black women who make money doing the thing, okay? They're not Black women who heard about it. They're not Black women who teach how to make money they're not Black women who make money teaching how to make money. They're Black women who do a thing for money, and they'll teach you how to do that thing. So if you've thought about becoming an entrepreneur, if you've thought about some gig work, if you've thought about remote work, if you've thought about investing as a way to fund your new life or your current life, if you want to stay where you are, you're at your current life, come to Exodus Summit. Exodus Summit is October 8th through 10th, 2022, with an exciting thing happening on the 7th of October to kick things off. But the summit sessions are the 8th through the 10th. Okay. The schedule is mostly up. My session, Rashida's session, and one more session are not finalized on the calendar yet. Yeah. But the schedule is mostly up. So if you already have your ticket, you can go to exodussummit.com and click on the schedule thing and make sure that you select the sessions that you don't want to miss so that you'll get a reminder for each session. Okay. Elena Camp says, I love trading. It's location independent. We want you to be free to live your life, okay? We want you to be free to live your life, right? So yes, we're talking about trading, right? Now we do have a session on how to get paid, right? 3 steps to getting more money in your current job, right? So what you need is negotiation. What you need is a better pay where you already are. We do have that session coming up as well, which I think is going to probably be one of the quickest. You know me, I like to measure. I like competition. I like to, right, compete. I think that the session on 3 steps to getting Black women paid is probably going to have the quickest results. Somebody is going to leave that summit on Monday, go into work on Tuesday, and negotiate herself better pay, right? I'm guessing that is going to be the session that's going to give the quickest turnaround in results. But we've got sessions that are, it's not a competition. So sometimes Rashida has to tell me that. She'd be like, it's not a competition. But that's how I measure things, right? This one I think is going to give the fastest results. This one I think is going to give the most dramatic, dramatic money changing potential, right? That feet pics and phone sex video, the feet pics in particular, I mean, that has the potential to change someone's entire financial picture in months. Months. Our speaker for the feet pics, we have 2 speakers for that session. Feet pics and phone sex are together. We've grouped that session together. It's a longer session. Minnie might be here. She made $600,000 in 2 years. Okay, right? So I think that has the potential for the most dramatic turnaround in somebody's life, like the most dramatic story. But I think that the negotiating, 3 steps to negotiating better pay, every time I say it, I've said it a different way. I think the session is called 3 Steps to Getting Black Women Paid. I think that might be what it's called. That's the one that I think is going to have the quickest boom, right? That's going to have the quickest effect. Somebody's going to have their testimonial the next day, I think. All right. Okay. So register for Exodus Summit. We created this summit for you, for Black women. Rashida and I already have our Move Abroad money. Rashida lives abroad. Rashida lives in Mexico City. I already have my Move Abroad money. I live in exotic Dover, Delaware. But I can be wherever, right? I'm headed to Costa Rica mid-October, and I'll be there for 3 months. Then I'm going to Puerto Rico and with a little stopover in Mexico. Then probably back to Costa Rica for another, I don't know, longer than 3 months period, right? I have that freedom, that flexibility because I have Move Abroad money, because I teach my thing on the internet, right? Teaching things online changed my life, changed my financial picture, right? I went from having to work nights in the pharmacy to not having to work when I don't feel like it. I don't work when I don't feel like it. I don't work hard most of the time. The summit season, I do have to work hard, right? So it's Exodus Summit season. I have been working hard. But most of the time I don't, right? Because of the things that we're teaching in this summit, right? And I'm going to be taking notes on some of these things, right? The meetup, Rashida's in our meetup in Cancun. We lost money. We didn't make any money in our meetup. We lost money on the meetup. It cost us money, right? So we're going to be in that travelpreneurship session, taking notes. How do I or put a trip together and not lose money? Actually make money. I'll be there. I'm gonna be there taking notes, right? So everybody's gonna be in the feet pick session, okay? We're all gonna be there. So please get your tickets to Exodus Summit, okay? So the number two gaslighting statement. So it's only half gaslighting. When people say everybody can't go, so you shouldn't go, that's false. But also, more people can go than you think, right? You think that the money is going to be the reason you can't go. We're here to tell you, money should not be the reason that you don't leave the country. Money should not be the reason you don't live your dreams. If you need to make money to fund your dreams, come to Exodus Summit, okay? ExodusSummit.com, October 8th through 10th, okay? But there is something to be said for the Black women who are already out here preparing a place for the people who are going next. So I don't discount that. I don't take that. I hope that you don't take that to heart. When you hear somebody say, this is elitist, right? Y'all can afford to leave the country and you're leaving behind people who can't afford to leave the country. I hope you don't take that to be the gospel, because it's not the gospel, okay? The truth is, we can leave the country and we're going to prepare a place for the people who will need to leave the country at some time. I think. Okay, so this is alarmist, but I don't see us heading anywhere but disaster. I don't know. I don't know, but I think I know. And so I think it's important that we have some people out already, right? Can you imagine? Can you imagine during World War II, people being like, oh no, we should all stay in Germany? People got out. They got out of Germany. Yes, they crossed them Alps. I've seen The Sound of Music. They crossed them Alps when they're little shorts, little lederhosen. I don't know. I'm going too far. Okay, but people got out, right? And then they helped other people get out. I think that's where we are. Okay? I think that's where we are. I'm here to tell you, there is money on the internet. There is money on the internet. We're talking about making money and you don't even have to work hard. There is money on the internet. I always talk about how much I love artists because there's no ceiling for artists. This is a whole new art form, right? Feet pics are a whole new art form, right? With artists, there's no ceiling on what you can charge people for your work. You decide, right? Y'all decide what it's worth. Something that was $50 this year can be $50,000 next year. Y'all decide, right? That's one thing I love about artists. There's no ceiling. But you know what is also art? Virtual sex work is an art where people are making amazing money. I just saw somebody the other day said she made more money with OnlyFans than a movie she just made. I wish I could remember who that was. Somebody famous. She said she made more money from her OnlyFans than she made from the big movie or big project she was in. There's money on the internet, right? There's money on the internet. Welcome, Wendy Days. You're about to learn about a whole new world. You're about to learn about a whole new world. Eyes are being opened, right? So do what you want. Yeah. Okay. So this is also valid, down to earth. I mean, when I'm leaving, I'm not leaving to prepare a place. The information is there. Look for it. Act accordingly. I'm moving for me, myself, and I. You know, I'm down with that as well. You know, I'm down with that, right? Put yourself first. I, I got no beef with that. No complaints, right? I talk my talk on the internet to give you some information, but don't think you're moving in my house, my yacht, me and my kids. That's right. I'm not saying that is why Black women. Please don't misunderstand that. I need to walk that back. Please don't misunderstand that. I'm not saying this is why all Black women are leaving, but I am saying that there are Black women who are preparing. There are some things happening, right? There is land being purchased. There are islands being purchased, right? There are some things happening. Yes. Okay. And so some of these people who are saying y'all are being elitist because are going to be really glad for these women, these elitist women, if something goes down. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's your role to leave the country to make room for other people. I just know that when you have relationships with people, friends, family, somebody, right? You will, once you feel that feeling, you'll naturally want them to feel it too, right? So it's just a natural thing that happens. It's a natural step. You go, and then somebody else is like, oh, this is nice. And next thing you know, they are too. Please don't understand. Please don't misunderstand. I'm not telling Black women to put in this work. You know, I don't believe in working for free. That's not what I'm saying by preparing a place. It was, Auntie Trey said it was Black China. It was somebody who did two things. I can't remember who it was, but she said I made more money from my OnlyFans than I made from this, whatever it was. Was it a movie, a TV show? It was somebody who was doing two things. If it was Black China, it would have been, was she in something? I don't remember who it was right now, but I'm talking about this virtual. So I think of it as I don't know. So we're going to find out during the summit if um, they considered this virtual sex work. I hope they do, because that's what I called the session. Okay. It's all virtual sex work, but there are different levels to it, right? Different levels. Men, no script, just go with flow and vibe. This is our girl, okay? All right. This is our girl. She knows, okay? She's going to lead some of us to the promised land, to yacht money. Yacht money. No, OnlyFans is a separate thing. OnlyFans is its own platform where you can do things that you can't do on IG. OnlyFans is a separate platform that is getting women in particular paid. Bella Thorne, maybe. Was Bella Thorne in two things? Was she in a movie or something? It could be. I can't remember who it is. All right. Okay. So did we cover number two? If everybody can't go, nobody should go. Not true. Okay, that's that on that. So, some people who say that do have good intentions, right? They just don't know about the money, okay? Which is why we always talk about the money. But some people who say that, they just saying it because they don't want you to go. They just want you to feel guilty. We're not doing that, okay? Number three, 3, okay, so we're talking about 5 ways people gaslight Black women about moving abroad. Number 3 is the comment that we built this country. We have to stay and get what we worked for. What you gonna get? What you gonna get? Like, seriously, what do you expect to get? Serious question. What do you expect to get? Nobody's ever answered that, right? So it's always that. But what? What do you expect to get by staying here? They can deposit my reparations check in the bank. Why do I need to be here? What you gonna get? Seriously, what you gonna get? Y'all still on the feet pics. Y'all not with me. Y'all not with me. Okay, so I'm glad to see that we're excited about new things, right? We're excited. Life is about trying new things, having new experiences. I'm excited about learning new things as well. So I'm glad. I hope that y'all are all going to be in Exodus Summit. Okay, we already have 1,000 women registered. We already have over 1,000 Black women registered. I think last time I looked, it was 1026. So we already have 1,000 Black women registered for Exodus Summit. So let's keep that increasing. Okay, so we expect something to happen in the next week or two that's going to increase the ticket sales, okay? And we expect to sell out of the all access pass with access to the live bonus coaching sessions, okay? So we've announced at least one of our bonus coaching sessions. Rashida told me not to do anything while she's not here that she can't stop me from doing. But I think I'm allowed to announce both of the bonus coaching sessions, okay? So during the normal summit sessions, you're going to learn how to do stuff, okay? You're going to learn how to get started selling your feet pics. You're going to learn how to get started with phone sex. You're going to learn how to start teaching your thing on the internet, if that's what it is, okay? But we have 2 bonus sessions that are included in the all access pass that are going to be a deeper dive with that teacher. The first one is Airbnb your home, okay? This is a session that can really be a moneymaker for some people, and it's a session where you're going to have some individual questions. Or, yeah, well, like, not necessarily. Other people will probably have your questions, but you'll have some questions where you'll need the speaker to answer your questions, right? So that is one of the bonus sessions that we're doing with the speakers. I'm going to look at the calendar real quick and see if I'm allowed to tell you what the other one is. Bear with me. I don't want to get in trouble, okay? I need to actually go to the calendar, though, and not the thing. Give me just a second, y'all. Because the reason I'm telling you this is that I expect that the all access passes that include a spot in these bonus sessions will sell out. Not the all access pass in general, right? But we can, you know how Zoom is. We can only have so many people on these sessions. And I expect that particular thing to sell out. And so if you want the all access pass and you know that you want these particular bonus sessions, you're going to want to get your all access pass today or soon, this weekend. I think within the next 10 days, something big is about to be announced. That I think. I'm not promising, okay? I think this is why we're not announcing it today, okay? So, bonus session. I think I can announce this, okay? So one of the bonus sessions we're doing is about Airbnb in your home. The other bonus session that we're doing with the speaker is about earning the salary you deserve. The session that I keep saying in different ways. 3 steps to earning the salary you deserve. You're going to be able to sit down with the speaker and work on this, okay? And so these are things that can only hold so many people. Okay, so if you want your all access pass, you need to get it today. If you already have your all access pass, you're in. But if you want that bonus session on getting the salary you deserve or on Airbnb in your home, you need to get your all access pass today. Okay. All right. Okay. ExodusSummit.com. The link is in the description of this video. Okay, so not leaving people behind. I think we've covered that. Okay, so number 4 thing that people say when they're gaslighting black women about moving abroad. Oh, you can't go to that country, they're racist. Oh, you can't go to that country, it's not safe. Like, where do you live? Where do you live that you feel safe today? Where do you live that they're not racist today? Huh? Huh? You're gaslighting me, bro. You're gaslighting me. I can't move to X country because they're racist. I can't move to X country because it's not safe. Gaslighting. Lying. They're just flat out trying to manipulate you. Right? Any place where you have had, hold on, okay. I do want to answer this for you, Nirel. The bonus sessions, yes. So everyone will still get the replay of the bonus sessions, but if you need to be in that bonus session, you need to get your all access pass now. So yes, replays will be sent to everyone with the all access pass. Replays of the bonus session will go to everyone with the all access pass, okay? But if you need to be in, if you need yourself in that session, if you need to talk to that speaker, you need to get that thing this weekend, okay? Yes. Everyone gets replays of the regular sessions, okay? How long you have access to the replays depends on which ticket you get. If you have the weekend pass, you have access to the replays until November 20th, I think. If you have the all access pass, you have access to the replays for 1 full year. So these are speakers who are teaching you things. So if you're going to need to come back to that session again to relearn that 1 full year of replays, invaluable, okay? Super valuable, right? And then if you have the all access pass, you have access to the bonus sessions and you have access to replays of the bonus sessions. Yes. Yeah, right. Any place that has had white people has uh, uh, has a white supremacist tilt. Any place that has white people, any place white people have ever been. The Philippines, some of the remotest islands on the Philippines, white supremacy has touched them, right? Well, they've been colonized, so that's, and you're not going any place in the world where race isn't a thing. Sometimes it's more of a thing, sometimes it's less. But like, you live in Georgia. Your neighbor flies the Confederate flag. Don't gaslight me. Don't gaslight me about I can't move to X country because they're racist. Get out of my face. This is just a plain, blatant attempt. This is just like the worst, laziest attempt to try to keep me here. You can't go to X their race. Even Australia. Australia, a racist. Those people are racist. Australians are racist people. And they treated me fine, but they don't see any problem with what they did to the Aboriginal people. And they will die on that hill. And you can feel it when you're there. You can feel the I don't know what to call it. Racism. You can feel the racism when you're there. I have on a lip gloss and it has a little bit of glitter and I can't get over it. I can't stop like getting upset about it. All right. But even Australia, you're going to feel more comfortable. You're going to feel more relaxed. You're going to feel more at peace and at ease than you do here. Okay? Right? So I never, that's not a serious comment. That's not a serious comment. They don't mean anything but control. There's no other reason for that than manipulation. They're only saying that to manipulate you, me, us, into doing what they want us to do. There's no help in saying, don't go to X country, they're racist. Like, my last name is Perry. What are you talking about? My last name is Perry. I have the name of a white man who used to own my family. And you telling me I can't go to Portugal because they're racist. All right. All right. Not at all a helpful comment, right? It's not at all intended to be helpful or informative. It's only intended to manipulate you, us. Okay? So don't go to X place, they're racist. That's something that you got to figure out how to get that to go in one ear and out the other. Cuz there's no where you going to go? Where you going to go? Right? Auntie Lou, my last name has a street and a park named after it. That man was out doing some stuff. That man was well regarded, well respected. Right? Like, come on, bro. Your next door neighbor has the Confederate flag on his truck, and you telling me such and such a country is racist. Okay. All right. Stay here then. Right. Stay here. Stay here. It's just manipulate. It's just manipulation. Right? There's no use for that. Right? There's no use. It's not helpful, useful. It's just manipulation. All right. Not even, I mean, Lynn, you don't even have to get remote. I'm in Delaware, but I'm not in a remote part of Delaware. Until really recently, one of the corner houses in my parents' neighborhood was just, oh my gosh, Obama being president really set her off. She had the "Don't Tread on Me" flag, which is a thing they do here instead of the Confederate flag. They use that "Don't Tread on Me" flag, right? I mean, she had signs in her windows. We're not even remote. We're just like we're in the capital of the state, just in a neighborhood, right? You don't even have to get out in the country to interact with racists, right? That yes, okay, so they're not serious. When this is not serious discourse, when people are throwing out that you can't move to X place, they're racist there. They're not being serious. They're not being serious, right? They're just trying to manipulate you. They're not trying to engage in real conversation with you about what would be good for you. They don't care about what's good for you, okay? They just want to manipulate you into staying, into doing what they want you to do. No, indeed, not me, right? I don't know where you're going to go and not find it, right? We interviewed the first year of Exodus Summit. We interviewed a woman from, she was in one country, but from another. I want to say she was from Kenya, but in Tanzania. And she talked about like when she goes places as a traveler, as a tourist, she goes places and how well they treat the white tourists and white travelers and how poorly they treat her, right? You're not going to escape it. You're not going to escape it. White supremacy, whiteness is a blight on the world. You're not going to escape it. So saying you can't go somewhere is like saying you can't move there. They breathe air. Right? You can't move there. They breathe air there. Like it's everywhere. Okay, it's everywhere. You can't go there. There's wind there. Please, you're not going to escape it. Okay. All right. Yes, Michelle Clay says, listen, I live abroad and racism and systemic barriers exist. Yes, please know that as a minority, you have to have thick skin. Yes, to the beginning as a minority. So I guess you're talking about as a minority in a place, you have to have thick. I don't like the term minority. Black people are not the minority in the world. And they use it like as though white people are the majority. I'm going off on a tangent. White people are not the majority in the world. They're the minority, right? The majority in the world is Asian, if you want to be technical. And then black, well, I don't know. Black people and Asian people may be tied. I think there are more Asian people because I've seen that map with the little circle that says more people live inside this circle than outside of it. And it's basically just like Indonesia and whatever. Indonesia and like, I think the majority, I think more people are Asian than, I don't like minority. But that's not the point of your comment. I'm going off on a tangent. It has a far reach. I don't know where you're gonna go and not be like, oh, there's no racism here. Oh, there's no thought that white is superior. Oh, there's no colorism here. I don't know. Where you gonna go? If that's your number one criteria, good luck. Just go. Just go someplace. It's better. It's better in other places. It's better in other places. Just go. Asians and Africans. Yeah. So Jewel, who is Ms. Bohemian Soul, she says people of the global majority. When she's, instead of saying people, black people, she says people of the global majority. She may use that referring to black and brown people. She calls, yes, and I just started seeing that out there. Instead of calling us the minority. I don't like it. I don't like it because it centers whiteness. It says white people, but they're not the majority. They're not the majority. White people are a very small part of the world's population. They're not the majority. They were just the worst, right? They were just the worst. They were the ones who came in and crushed other people. Doesn't mean they're the majority. But that wasn't the point of the comment. All right. Okay. So we talked about the four of the five. Okay. So the four gaslighting things that are super upsetting. Can't move to Portugal because of their role in the slave trade, or insert any country, England, whatever. Everybody can't go, so nobody should go. We built this country. We can't leave behind everything we worked for. We didn't really talk about that because y'all didn't care. Nobody, nobody buys that. I don't think. If you do and you need to talk about it, you think that this is something we're overlooking, let me know. And number four, other place isn't safe or they're racist there. Okay. They're racist here too, right? Like, it's, to me, that's seriously, you're just telling me that they're humans, right? When you say they're racist there, you're just saying they're humans. That is what white supremacy did. That's what even before colonization, it's what white people did. That's how they took control of things. All right, so we ready to move on to the fifth, which is just that it's cheaper. This is not a gaslighting. Um, this is not a gaslighty way of stopping black women from moving abroad, but it's still gaslighting when you just say, oh, it's cheap. Move to such and such, it's cheap. Because somebody's going to get there and have a rude awakening and find out, oh, it's not cheap here, right? It's actually more expensive. We talked to Letitia, who went to Mexico for months on her sabbatical. And she was like, yeah, this is more expensive than Cleveland, right? I think she told us she paid $650 a month for a 3-bedroom home in Cleveland, right? So Mexico is more expensive than Cleveland, where she went. I don't remember where she went. I'm sorry. Letitia might be here. I don't remember where she went, right? So the notion that some place is automatically going to be dirt cheap because it's a developing country or a third world country, or, no. Mm-mm. Nope. No, indeed. Right? Some of these places have certain, like, expensive infrastructure and expensive, like, healthcare. Some of these places have expensive healthcare, right? And people need to put in on it. You need to put in on this. And so this place is not a cheap place. So don't get caught up in that. You need to be really clear on what things cost in places, right? Just be clear on what things cost, right? The only people I think who always make out are the San Francisco people. People who live in the San Francisco Bay Area, I don't know. Everything is probably cheap to you, right? So it's all relative. I don't know. Them Bay Area prices. I still remember going to the grocery store in San Francisco, right in San Francisco, and being like, oh, maybe I don't really need to eat. Right? Maybe I can just, breathe for the week and see what happens. Right? So this is relative, but be forewarned that even when you go to a place and it's cheaper than where you came from, that lifestyle creep is real, right? That, oh, it's cheaper here, so I can get a massage every day. I can go to this, Michelin star restaurant and eat, right? I can really live here. It all adds up, right? Things creep up. So just be forewarned. That's not a form of gaslighting in order to, it's not, I don't think it's intentional, but it's still harmful. The notion, the sentiment that, oh, go to X country, it's cheap. Okay. Might get there and get your feelings hurt. Get there and get your pockets hurt. All right. Yeah. I don't understand how people live in California. I seriously, that's a serious comment. I don't understand it. I don't know how you make it. Like regular people, not people who don't work for these tech companies making $450,000 a year. I don't know how normal people live in California, teachers and waiters and pharmacy technicians. I don't get it. I remember I went in that grocery store and I was like, it didn't help that I had just left Mexico, right? I had just left house sits in Mexico and I was house sitting in the Bay Area. And I was house sitting right in San Francisco by, I used to remember the name of the neighborhood. It was really a beautiful area. The man was the CEO of a tech company. He was the CEO of a company that did, they made prosthetic limbs. Like robotic limbs, like seriously, robotic prosthetic limbs. Anyway, so the home was beautiful, the neighborhood was beautiful, and there was a grocery store within walking distance. Safeway, I recognize Safeway, right? I think I'm going to go in and see Safeway that I know. I didn't know her. I didn't know her. I felt like the basics, because I get the same stuff when I go to a house sit for, I get, because the only meal I really cook for myself is breakfast. So I get yogurt, I get bacon, I get coffee, I get sugar, because nowadays people don't have sugar in their homes. Everybody's off sugar but me, right? I get some of the I get creamer, like half and half or heavy cream or whatever for my coffee. I get the standard stuff. I'm used to paying pretty much the same thing when I go to the grocery store. I looked at those prices. And I was like, well, I will not have bacon. I need to put some stuff back. I don't know how people do it. Not, how you pay for food, how you pay for your home, how you pay for transportation. Lord have mercy. Y'all should be the first ones out. Y'all should be the first ones out. All right. Okay. So keep in mind that the cost of living is super relative. Somebody saying it's cheap doesn't mean what you think it means. So you need to find out for yourselves, okay? Get on one of these cost of living calculators. We have a work from anywhere toolkit that has links to a couple of our favorite cost of living calculators so you can see what people are actually paying for things in the places that you want to go. This is also why, let me get the link to the work from anywhere toolkit. This is also why you join, get that link, copy, paste. No, paste. Okay, so this is also why you join communities that have people who are in that place, right? So if you want to move to a city, you join a community for expats in that city, or for single women in that city, or whoever, moms in that city, or whoever the little gang of people that you want to hang out with. Join communities for people in that city because they're the ones who know what things cost. If you're not there yet, but you're coming, they're going to be a real good indicator, right? Also, inflation is inflationing, so you need to get information that is current, right? It's not helpful when somebody tells you what they paid last year in rent, right? I signed my lease last year for a 2-bedroom, I pay X. That's not super helpful because inflation is just on a tear. And so you need to get current information. And so communities where these your people, right, are already there are super helpful. They'll be able to give you good info. Okay? So these cost of living calculators linked in the Work from Anywhere toolkit are really helpful in because people report what they paid, What did I pay for a kilogram of apples? What do I pay for a pair of jeans? They always have a pair of jeans on there. What do I pay for this, for that? What do I pay for my electricity bill? How much is my internet bill? How much is my cell phone bill? People report these things. And so we, in the toolkit, in the Work From Anywhere toolkit, we've linked to a couple of those cost of living calculators. I like Numbeo. Rashida likes the Eartha Weights. I also use Nomad List, but it's paid. I pay to use Nomad List. I like it. To me, it's worth it, but it may not be worth it to you. The other two are free, but they're in the Work From Anywhere toolkit. Just get your toolkit at exodushomecoming.com/toolkit. exodushomecoming.com/toolkit. All right. Because my comments are acting up, I feel like I haven't done a good job of reading your comments today, but it's because my box is doing things. It keeps closing itself. But I hope I've read your comments mostly. If you feel like I missed something important, tell me again. Yes. You're welcome, Tyra. All right. How did we do? Anything you think was not gaslighting? Anything I called gaslighting that wasn't? I wonder why it keeps closing. This is strange. I have to fix it later. All right. No? Okay. Okay. All right then. So we're only, I don't know, 3 weeks away from Exodus Summit. Education for my kids, really. Okay. Trinada, Griff, hi. Welcome. All I care about is education for my kids. While they are over here fighting about CRT in schools, I want the freedom to teach and homeschool without the harassment. There's been a huge homeschooling and world schooling movement among Black people. Yes, very, very recently. And just since like 2020, I think there's been a huge Black parent homeschooling and world schooling movement. Yes, right? People are doing this a variety of different ways. In the first year's Exodus Summit, we talked to 2 different moms about homeschooling or world schooling, and they did it different ways, right? So your school, if you want to get your kid out, okay, so the first way is not helpful if your goal is to get your kid out of that school system, out of the school district. But your state school district may have an online K through 12, right? Some states have an online K through 12. You have the school's curriculum. Sometimes the school gives you a computer, and that you're not responsible for coming up with the curriculum. But that defeats the purpose for a lot of Black people who are looking to get their kids out of that school's curriculum, right? Some parents are are homeschooling using some curriculum that they're finding from people on the internet or that they're creating themselves. Some people are doing more like an unschooling where they don't really worry about a curriculum, right? Your kid learns things throughout the day without a formal curriculum. You follow their interests, um, and they have the computer, right? What can a kid not learn today? So there are a variety of ways that Black people are doing this so that they can have the freedom to be wherever in the world. It's much easier for people to understand today than it was like before 2020. Before 2020, I think a lot of parents were like, oh, my kid needs to go to school, and this is why I have to stay in our home. I have to stay in the country. I can't bop around, right? We can't live in an RV. We can't move to Mexico. We can't do XYZ. But since 2020, parents are like, oh yeah, school is just a computer, right? School can be anywhere, anytime. We don't need to be on the same time zone as the school, right? Who says school has to be from 8 to 3 or whatever kids do, right? School can be when we want, where we want. So it's been a lot easier for people than it used to be to understand, to make that connection and to understand that, yes, schooling and educating your kids is important, but it doesn't have to dictate your life. It doesn't have to dictate what your lives look like. You can build a system around what really fits for you and for that kid, because kids learn differently. Some kids learn so differently that the classroom is the least helpful, way, right? The least helpful place for them to learn. But today it's much more understandable to parents than it was a couple of years ago. A couple of years ago, this was the big thing. Now people are like, yeah, yeah, I get it. He'll learn somehow, right? I'm not going to put too much effort into all of this. We're going to just figure this out. All right. Hey, Justice. How are you? My mom will be so glad that we heard from you today. Every now and then she'll be like, "You hear from Justice?" She's not here. She's at church. Thank you very much for the super chat. So what I'm hearing is number one, child, please. That's right. Okay. Let's break these back down. So you can't move to Portugal or X country because of their role in the slave trade. Okay, child, please. Okay. Number two, let me get back to my list. Number two, if everybody can't go, nobody should go. Okay. What Justice heard was, you fix it, Mr. Jones. Okay. Number three, we built this country. We can't leave behind everything we worked for. What Justice heard was, decolonize yourself. Okay. Number four, this other country isn't safe or there are racists there. What Justice heard was, I got to put me first, Lucius. Girl, yeah, I got to put me first. Number five is cheaper. Oh, just in general. I think these are just in general. These are not for any particular order. Number five, what Justice heard was, who gonna check me, boo? Okay, that's what I heard too. That's what I said. That's what I said. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So thank you very much for that super chat. I'll give it to the Vaycarious Sabbatical Fund. I just did a total and I don't have my phone. The total for the Vaycarious Sabbatical Fund. So I had things in two different accounts. It was 8,000 plus 6,000 something. So we're over $15,000 for the Vaycarious Sabbatical Fund. 8 plus 6 is 4, I'm aware. But it was 80 something plus 60 something, it was $15,000 and change in the Vaycarious Sabbatical Fund, which is the money that we're pooling to send a Black woman on sabbatical. Most of that money today comes from Patreon. The Patreon community is going strong. They're doing, and today I'm going to join in co-working sessions and things. But the Patreon community kind of is running itself. But once the summit is over, I'll have some more time to like actually participate in the Patreon community. But the Patreon community is where most of the money is coming from at this point for the Vaycarious Sabbatical Fund. Become a patron. Copy. And but still super chat. So we do. It used to be all super chat, but YouTube takes so much. YouTube takes so much of the money that y'all decided that Patreon was the best, and I appreciate those of you who told me to do this because I wasn't gonna do it. Y'all know me. I was just gonna keep doing the way it was. But I appreciate this because now every month we just see it, the total, right? The total just goes up. If I knew how, I would do like a website that was just a one-page site that showed like the funnel and showed like the thing filling up. But I don't know how to do that. Like a little chart connected to the account. I opened up a separate account for the Vaycarious Sabbatical Fund. So it would be nice to connect the bank account to a chart so that everybody could just see the thing filling up. The $24,000 is our goal for the first person. We're over $15,000. But I don't know how to do it. I spent way too much time just this week trying to figure that out, trying to find an online chart system, even if I had to manually enter the number every week. But I couldn't find an online chart system, like a one-page website where you can just show a chart, right? And show the chart filling up. I can't figure it out. Or I wouldn't do it every week, but I would do it every month. Because the Patreon is contributing close to $1,000 per month, which is incredible for a community that is off doing its own thing. I'm not doing anything really with you guys, but that's incredible. $1,000 a month going to the Vaycarious Sabbatical Fund from the Patreon. And maybe after the summit's done, we'll do some sort of like challenge like we did with the Declutter Challenge, just to boost it, to get some money in there. Maybe we can close out the year with it being topped off. Yeah. Okay. All right. My stomach is growling. Okay. All right. I know. JG might have to find a web designer. maybe it might be worth it to do it, because I think you guys seeing it would be helpful, because you've been waiting on me to give you an actual total since probably March. And even today, I don't have an actual total. I do know that I had money going into two different accounts for no reason. So I know there was 80 something and 70 something $100, 76 something and 8,000 something. So I know it was over $15,000. But I think you would really like to see it, see it. And if it could connect to the actual bank account automatically, then every time that Patreon, because Patreon pays every month, every time that Patreon paid out, ching, you'd have a new total. But I just haven't done it. And not right. This is summit season, right? During Exodus summit season, I can't do anything else. I'm not doing other things. So maybe someday, somebody will do that for us. No, I don't want to. I'm talking about an auto chart, Patty, that I can connect to the bank account that just shows the bank account total as as a percentage of that total $24,000 goal. You know what I mean? Y'all know the little the little funnel thing that you always see, and they're always like school fundraisers and stuff. But I want it online, and I want it automated with a website where you can put it in. If it's vaycarious.sabbaticalfund.com or something, vaycariansprogress.com or something. A Google Doc would just be me making a chart and me adding a chart. Or could it automatically be done? Maybe you're right, Patty. Now that after I've already said no, not this. Maybe this. That might be the thing. Might be the thing. There might be a way to connect it. Or if not, then I could just do it manually once a month. I'm not going to do it every week. Y'all know I'm not going to do it. But Patreon only pays out once a month anyway, so it only makes sense to do it once a month. So maybe that's the way. Maybe that's it. My website right now, so the website that y'all have never seen, okay, I have a website, vaycarious.com. It's a WordPress site hosted by SiteGround, but most of the stuff that I actually do over on Kajabi. I've never officially switched websites though. So like I sell things through Kajabi, but my website is a Gumroad. I mean, is a SiteGround site. And then I have some stuff on Gumroad still, but not, it's, yeah, as you can see, I have things everywhere. I don't know. I'm not the most organized person. Yeah, so you guys are paying someone and I'm paying someone separately. So by the end of the year, we will have sent, if we can get this 15,000 up to 24,000, I think with just Patreon alone, we'll be at, where are we? We need the September, October, November, December payouts. So we still have 4 more payouts to come. So that'll put us at $19,000 with that alone. So we do need to do some sort of fundraiser to get us to 24,000. But by the end of the year, we will have sent 2 women on sabbatical, because I pay someone $2,400 a month for her to not work. Right? We already do it. And that comes from money that I get from you guys, because the money I make is either from YouTube or from coaching or from running the summit or whatever. So by the end of the year, we will have sent 2 women if we can get this 15 up to 24. Right. If we can get we need to get the 19 up to 24. So what I'm saying is we do need to do some end of the year fundraiser to get an extra $5,000 to give it to Maisha. Right. Maisha Francis is an artist from New Orleans, and she's the first woman we chose. So yeah, as soon as the summit is over, that's as soon as the summit is over, that's my priority, to try to figure out how to get the extra 5K, what kind of challenge we're going to do, and how to show you how much money is in there, so that we can start next year with a whole new person or 2 or however many we do next year, right? Start next year with a whole new person. Yeah. Yeah. So that's all that to say, the Patreon community is going strong and it's contributing. Patreon is getting money that is going to go to her. It's working. It's working. Which is why you don't see super chats. Super chats used to be the thing all day, the whole live stream. There would be super chats coming in, but they take a good chunk. They take too much. So everyone told me to do Patreon. So I did Patreon. And it's working really well. That $1,000 a month is more than I had anticipated. So it's working. I think it's $8.90 at, I round things. But I think it's like $8.90 something a month right now. And so, and then we'll keep adding new patrons. I'm going, if you're in the Patreon community, I'm going to the co-working session at 2 p.m. Eastern time. If you're in the Patreon community, right, make sure you're over on Discord to get the link for the co-working session. All right, let's see. It's really strange not having the comment box today. Okay, so how are we doing? Oh, Rashida's here. Hi, Rashida. Happy new phone day. No. Kat says, is the fundraiser going to be tied to a New Year's trip or party? No. I don't think, no. I'm not planning anything. After the summit is done, the rest of this year, I'm not planning anything, like doing anything big or important. No. Okay, please do a fundraiser at the end of the year. Okay. So we'll start thinking on ideas. The declutter challenge was good, but it just was slow. I don't know. I liked the idea of the declutter challenge. I didn't go out and promote it at all. It never reached anywhere beyond here. If we could have gotten the declutter challenge in its own could have raised 24K in a short period of time if I had had a built-in way to share it out in the world, right? Because everybody wants to declutter. You don't have to be part of this community to declutter and to give a Black woman $50 because you did some decluttering. Okay. What? We love Stephanie and we would not rather rat her out, but you cannot supervise that girl. You can't well, I am unmanaged. I have been called unmanageable on many a job description. What do you mean? What am I being supervised about? I have been called unmanaged. That was my thing. I've been called unmanageable on a lot of end of the year like job things. That was always my feedback. That was always my feedback. And sometimes my supervisor was like a buddy, like a person I would go have drinks with them, right? What was his name? Mark, I don't remember his last name. Mark, tall guy, right? We'd have drinks and stuff. And then I'd read my thing and it'd be like, Stephanie is unmanageable. Well, in the army, the sergeant over me, I think she was an E6. She was like, so you just, what did she say? She says, so you just do whatever you want and see what happens at the end or something like that. And I was like, yeah, doesn't everybody? I'm just, right? She's like, you just do what you want and see what the consequences are going to be. I'm like, yeah, I think everybody does that. But I guess not. Not in the army, I guess. Okay, so good. Okay. T-shirt sales, Shoshana, this is good. Okay, I've asked for a t-shirt design. I don't remember if anyone sent me one. Okay, if you emailed me a t-shirt design, I'm sorry. I'll have to go back and look. I don't remember. I remember asking for it, but I don't remember following up. So a t-shirt sale would be awesome. Oh, so there may be more money because I have been getting money from Spreadshirt, but it's not going into the, okay. I need to move the Spreadshirt money into that account. So we may be that's probably just a couple hundred more dollars. Spreadshirt isn't big money, but that's probably just a couple hundred more dollars. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I never took it as an insult. I was like, yeah, okay. Mark and I were cool, right? Like I had worked at that company for Barclays for a long time, which to me is like 4 years, right? And we were cool. And when he became my supervisor, I don't think he really understood what that meant. It's like unmanageable. Yeah. I was like, I agree. And then in the army, she was like, so you just do what you want and wait and see what the consequences are going to be? I was like, I think everybody does that. But then later on, I was like, oh, maybe not. She didn't. She didn't, right? She followed the rules and then whatever. No, I was not a good soldier at all. I was a good pharmacy technician. A good pharmacy technician, but I was not a good soldier. I was always in trouble. Always. I had so many Article 15s. I mean, like, even on my last week The week where I'm leaving the army, I was on extra duty. I could not go to my goodbye party because I was on extra duty. I had to be there to raise and lower the flag. That was usually the extra duty they gave me. They didn't give me like punishing extra duty, just extra duty that meant that I had to be on post at these 2 times during the day. I couldn't be off out living my life. Even I missed my goodbye party because I was on extra duty. So this is not a new thing. This me being uncooperative, y'all saying do this and me saying no, I'm not doing that. It's not a new thing, okay? My mom used to call me obstinate. You're so obstinate. I've never really looked it up, but it probably is. It's probably right. My dad is a rebel. My dad is a rebel, right? I'm a little bit. There's some in there. He's a rebel. He's not going to do what you say. He's going exactly the opposite. All right, but we're talking about the challenge for the end of the year. Okay, Nirel, good. Then I'll go back and look for them. Thank you. Okay, so the challenge for the end of the year. So what we're saying is we're going to be $5,000 short if we don't raise any more money for the Vaycarious Sabbatical Fund. And so we'll do some things. We'll do some T-shirts. We'll do a real push at the end of the year to get that extra $5,000. Um, yeah, T-shirts and something else. Yeah, we'll do some things, okay, to get that extra $5,000. That will be 2 women that we have sent on sabbatical, Maisha, and then the other woman who I'm keeping private, right? But I've sent the money that I've sent her is money that I make because of you guys. So it's still you. It still counts as you sending her this money, paying her. We pay her not to work already, because she had an emergency. So we've already been paying a woman to not work, but the one that you want to know about is the one that you can know about, right? You want to hear about the public one. And so we want to get to 24K before the year ends, hopefully before even November, before December. So we'll do it. Okay. So that'll be the focus for late October and November and December, to get that so that you can see that, so we can celebrate that, so she can use that. Okay. We got to do it. Oh, no. So let's see. I'll be in Costa Rica. Y'all don't want to okay, so I'll be in San Jose, Costa Rica. Y'all don't want to do a trip. Okay, so I'm never going to do a trip. Okay. But I would do a meetup for pay, which we could call a fundraiser. I will do a fundraising meetup for money. Okay? But I don't think y'all would want to come to San Jose, Costa Rica. It's not a wonderful place. Okay. So we could do something. I don't think y'all would want to come to San Jose Costa. It's really not. Google it. Do some Googles, and then next time we get together, we can talk about it. Okay. Um, if you want to do a meetup for money in November or December, I'm going to be in San Jose, Costa Rica. Oh, but then I go to Puerto Rico in January, but January is too late unless you buy the tickets early. I will be in Puerto Rico in January. So we can do a meetup for money, a money meetup. Or Debbie says just go to Panama. Kat says Costa Rica, but not San Jose. Go to the beach but I don't know where to go. I don't know enough about Costa Rica to say this is where we should go. Would y'all be okay having a meetup in a place I've never been and we all get there for the first time? Jeanette's a little behind, but her comment makes good sense, right? So she says, I've been told I have sexy feet. I need to get paid. Okay. Get paid, Jeanette. Okay. When you get to this point of the video, you'll see I agree. Get paid. All right. Okay. Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. Really? Is Puerto Rico like that? Like, is Puerto okay? Puerto Rico seems to be a place y'all are wanting to go. Okay, so we can sell the tickets early for a meetup in Puerto Rico in January for the us. Okay, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. One vote for Costa Rica. Kat says Costa Rica beach is Googleable. I'm not doing that work. The thing, okay. Puerto Viejo in Costa Rica, where the Black Costa Ricans are. We can explore together. Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. Never been. Yes, they do, Rashida. Rashida's like, priorities, please. Okay. We need, wait, let me get my link back up before Rashida fires me. All right. So, Rashida's like, get back to work. Okay, don't forget about, we've talked about Exodus Summit at length, okay? We've talked about the sessions being all about move abroad money. We've talked about the speakers who are coming in. We have 20 or more Black women who make money doing a thing, coming to teach you how to do a thing to make money, all right? So, exodussummit.com is where you go to get your tickets. We do expect the all access pass with the bonus sessions to sell out once some things happen over the next few days for a couple weeks. So if you think that you're going to want to come to these bonus sessions live, get your all access pass now. Okay, the bonus sessions on 3 steps to Black women getting paid. That's not, I keep, every time I say it a different way. Bonus sessions, earning the salary you deserve. 3 steps to earning the salary you deserve, and Airbnb your home to pay for your travels. These are sessions that you're going to want to be in if this is something you're into. You're going to want to be in these bonus sessions. So the speakers are teaching the session to everyone, but then they're going to come back for a bonus session where you're going to be able to get your needs met. Okay. But if you want to be in that room, those tickets will likely sell out if what we think is going to happen happens this over the next few days. Okay. So you're going to want to get that so that you're not just watching the replay. So you can be in the room, in the virtual room. Okay. Because there's only so much space. ExodusSummit.com is where you get your tickets. We have 20 women, 20 Black women coming to teach you how to make money in 20 different ways. Okay, so we're no longer going to hear the everybody can't go, so nobody should go argument, right? We're no longer going to hear that argument. Everybody can go. All right, you don't need to have a trust fund to leave the country. Okay, all right, okay. You can upgrade, Anissa. So if you have the weekend pass and you want to upgrade to the all access pass, check your email called, shucks, I don't know. Check for your latest email from Exodus Summit. Check for the latest email from Exodus Summit, from hello@exodussummit.com. Check for that latest email. If you can't find the link to upgrade yourself, email us at hello@exodussummit.com and we'll send you the link to email. Okay? If you can't find the link to upgrade yourself, email us hello@exodussummit.com and we'll send you that link. Okay, so if you have the weekend pass and you want to upgrade to the all access pass, you don't have to buy the all access pass at the full price. Your first ticket, apply the price of the first ticket to the second ticket using the coupon that was emailed to you. If you can't find the email, email us hello@exodussummit.com and we'll give you the link to upgrade. Okay? No. Hi, Naisha. Also a new face. Hi, we have a lot of new faces today. Hi. Welcome. You may not be new, but it's the first time I'm seeing your, chat. I don't see everything in the chat. Will we be able to pay separately for the happy hour if we get the weekend pass? No. No. Happy hour is one of the bonuses that only comes with the all access pass. Part of that, again, is space. So, no. I'm telling you, Naisha. Niasha. Naisha? I'm going to go with Nyasha. I know I've said it 4 different times. I'm going to go with Nyasha. Okay, I'm telling you, if you see one of these sessions, okay, and it looks to you like it's something you want to do, this all access pass is worth the money because you're going to be able to go back and watch the replays of that session, right? You have a full year of replays for the session. There's no session on here that can't make you $300, right? Like the ticket will soon be, I don't know if you know that either. Ticket will soon be $300. All access pass is $247 today. Price of that is also going to go up before the summit starts, right? So but there's no session on here that can't make you $300. Okay. If you see something that looks good to you and you have access to, if you want to use a payment plan, you can use a payment plan through Klarna or Zip Pay, right? Women have been using Klarna or Zip Pay on their own to make their own payment plan if that's what you need. Uh, these sessions are every session. There's no session in Exodus Summit 2022 that can't make you $300, right? There's no session in Exodus Summit 2022 that's not worth that all access pass. Okay. So I I want you to upgrade, okay? But you do what you need to do. All right. But know that here are your options. Your options are to upgrade using a payment plan through Klarna or Zip Pay on your own. I don't know if it comes up on the sites. Different women have reported different things. Technology is not my thing, okay? But I think you start off with Klarna. You have to have the Klarna app, and then you go to buy your ticket, and then it pops up, right? Um, yes, and I would upgrade before the summit starts so that you get the price as it is today and not the price as it is when the summit starts. There's no session here that can't make you money if you apply it, if you do it. I know that. We know that. Like that was the ground floor of designing the summit. There's no, even if you look at this summit and you see only one session that's going to speak to you, it's going to make you the money. Okay. We don't want you to focus on 18 different money making strategies. We don't want you to do 18 different things. You cannot. You should not. You must not. Okay. We don't want you. We got at least 18 sessions. We don't want you doing 18 different things. But if you see one thing, if you see two things, right, you got it. Right. They will make you the money back. Hi, Igami. So when you join the Patreon and then you get the link to the Discord, there is a second. Yes, I have to approve you after you join the Discord. After you join the Discord, I have to give you access. So if you've done it today, I didn't see it. If you've done it before, you may need to poke me or something. Can you PM me inside of Discord? Because I believe I'm caught up with that. Or if you did it, maybe yesterday or today. I didn't open Discord yesterday either. Yes, so women have been upgrading with a payment plan using Klarna and Zip Pay, but you do that on your own. You have to, you get the Klarna app, and then when you go to pay for things, Klarna automatically says, "Hey, do you want a payment plan?" That's my understanding of Klarna, my basic understanding. Okay. But yeah, women have been doing that. We didn't have to set up a payment plan on our own because these things exist. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're super helpful, right? Like it's a new day out here. It's a new day. You can just buy stuff and make your own payment plan. Like what a time to be alive. What a time. The internet has changed our lives and it's a new day. Okay, so Doris, once we finish, I'll go and check you out, add you into the Discord, and because we're doing a co-working session at 2, and I'll be there for this one. Saturdays, I'm like hit or miss on co-working sessions. Tiffany, we cannot wait. We cannot wait. Selfishly, I can't wait because I get to see you guys just get your plan together, right? And I take credit for things. I don't know if y'all know that I take credit for things. I take credit for every win. Now that I know your name, for every success you ever have, ever in life, I will take credit for it. That's what I do. Okay. And so I get to see that. Also, like I'm gonna learn some stuff. I told you that Kimberly West teaching the travelpreneur session. I'm gonna learn some stuff, right? So that I can make money from the next travelpreneur event, right? From the next in-person meetup or event, and not have to come out of my pocket to pay for stuff. Yes, I can't wait for a variety of reasons. I can't wait to see you guys become friends, community, a sisterhood. I can't wait to see that. It's a wonderful season. I love Exodus season. I love Exodus season. This is the most wonderful time of the year. So some women have already started to meet in the Facebook community. So yeah, it's wonderful. I can't wait. We can't wait. I put the tickets on. I hit the go live thing early. I put the tickets on sale early, and I'm so glad I did because it got to help us build up a little excitement, right? If we had just started selling tickets this week, it would have been a little less exciting, I think. We have had a good build up, or we are having a good build up. Hi, Arrows 120. This summit is for Black women. Um, we do know I'm say this summit is for Black women, and any space where you are there with your camera on, like any of the bonus Zoom sessions, any of the happy hour sessions, Black women only. Like we will put out people, okay. Uh, However, we are aware that men have and will buy tickets for the summit for the weekend pass to learn from the sessions. But the summit is for Black women only. Okay. Um, so if you see men participating in things within the events where we have our cameras on or where we're there, we'll send them out. Okay. It doesn't make sense for men to buy the all access pass for themselves. If you want to come to the things and turn your cameras on, we're going to send you out. We're going to take you out, put you out. Um, but it would be naive of me to say that there will be no men there. But our this is a space for Black women, where Black women are the center of the subject. We are the talk, right? All the talk will center Black women. All the speakers are Black women. Yeah, that's that. That's that. I know that it's helpful information, and other people will want some of the helpful information. Um, but on, but only Black women should be coming to the things where we're there together with our cameras on, participating. Most of the sessions are sessions that you watch without any ability to have your camera on and participate. You know what I'm saying? All right. And then some women have started trying to figure out meetups for the summit. Narelle, look at the schedule. You know I love a meetup, okay? You know I love a meetup. But if y'all are meeting up during the summit, seriously, look at the schedule and make sure that you're not meeting up during a session where you really need to be focused and paying attention. There's money in this summit. There's money in this summit. All right? And the sessions that are for you, right? The sessions that really speak to you are sessions where you want to be focused and taking notes. As a loner, as a hermit, the thought of participating in the summit with other people during the sessions makes me go, nah, right? So look at the schedule and make sure that you know when you need to be in front of that computer by yourself, and make sure that your meetup is not scheduled at those times. I'm imploring you, because there is money in these sessions. These speakers are making money, and these speakers are women who can tell you how to make money doing the thing, money that can change your life, change your location. My life changed at $2,500 a month, right? Once YouTube started paying me $2,500 a month, my life changed. I could be anywhere at any time, right? I'm a house sitter, so $2,500 a month takes me far. Plus, and then when I live with my parents some of the time, but $2,500 a month changed my life. These sessions are sessions that are that amount of life changing money and beyond. Right, that breaking into tech, right? Say you're a project manager today and you work for a social services, you work in social services. You move into tech as a project manager. Could you 5x your salary? I don't know. That's a number I made up, but it sounds right. Right? It sounds right. We're talking about life-changing amounts of money. So make sure that you are where you need to be during the sessions that are right for you. Okay. Yes to meeting up. You know I love meetups. Okay. Yes to meeting up, but look at the calendar first. And we still have at least 3 sessions to go on the calendar. My session, Rashida's session, and a session on drop shipping, which I'm 90% sure will happen. Right? Those still have yet to be put on the calendar. And then anything could change. Okay. So I'm not dissuading y'all from meeting up. Okay. But please, when it's time for you to learn your thing, be focused. Okay. I want you to win. I want you to make it a money. Okay. I want you to make it a money, right? I don't want you to be in this live stream this time next year before the summit still wishing, right? I want you to make the money. Some women who were in the summit last year are in this live stream today out in the world. I haven't seen them actually. What y'all doing today? Halisi, haven't seen Halisi today. I haven't seen Angela today. But so those women were in the summit as oh, there she is. Okay. I did see you earlier. Yes. Good morning, I think, to you. Yeah, right. Some of these women are were participants in the summit last year and are out living their lives this year abroad. So this is serious. I got really serious about it, but this because it is serious. It is serious. This can be a life changer. We have seen Exodus Summit change someone's life. So I just want you to treat it like that. That's all I'm saying. So yes to meeting each other, but look at your calendar first. Okay, I've said that 50 times, but I mean it. Okay. We have two different sessions that I think will be super helpful for people who do something in the social services that translates to other places, other fields. We have a breaking into tech session, right? How to take your skill set and get into tech. And we have a session on taking your social services job remote, right? How to take your same social services skill set and take them remote, take them to a job where you can work from anywhere. I know a lot of women who are leaving the social services at this point, right? This is the time. A lot of women leaving social services, a lot of women leaving education. Where can you go to have better pay and better flexibility? Tech is the first answer, right? Tech is the first answer. Are there people looking for your very skill set? These sessions are going to change things for y'all. If you're a woman who's transitioning from one career to another, one field, right? You want to leave this field, move into something else with your same skill set. This is the summit these sessions are going to teach you how to do it. And money, they're going to get you money. Okay. They're going to get you paid. One of our speakers, her business is called Getting Black Women Paid. Or is that what it's called? Something like that. You'll see it. When you go to the exodussummit.com, you'll see the sessions listed and all of that. I believe her business is called Getting Black Women Paid. Right? These women are about the paper. They're I can't wait for the summit. I can't wait for the summit, okay? So get your tickets at exodussummit.com. Okay, Sonia, we'll see you there. Okay, get your tickets at exodussummit.com so that next time we start talking about it's summit season, you're not in the exact same position. Okay, we're leveling up. We're leveling up. Okay, all right. Okay, then please email us, RA. Please email hello@exodussummit.com and let us know that you haven't received an email from us. Our email provider is struggling with AOL email addresses and Hotmail email addresses and iCloud email addresses and .me, a lot, right? The .me email addresses. Our email provider is struggling with getting email to certain email addresses. Or it could just be that we have it wrong. One lady had yahoo.com instead of yahoo.com, right? And so it could be just that we got it wrong. So please email us so that we can check to see if we need to fix your email address. If maybe we need to just use a different email address. If you're using an AOL, anybody, AOL or Hotmail or .me or iCloud, if you have another email address that you want us to use because you're not getting our emails, email us at hello@exodussummit.com. I have that's one of the things I'm going to be doing over the next few days, trying to see who does it look like is not getting our emails at all, like who has never opened any emails from us, because we got to fix that before the summit starts. Okay, you're welcome. hello@exodussummit.com. Let me type it. Okay. Now we have 1,000 attendees, so y'all, friends, you don't need to email us just to tell us you have a ticket. Okay. We can't get 1,000 emails right now. Okay. But if you need to email us because there's a problem, that's where you email us. hello@exodussummit.com. All right. Okay. So we've decided on a fundraiser would probably be some sort of Costa Rica meetup. No, did we decide on, we decided on Puerto Rico meetup? The ticket is going to be a ticket that's enough that we know we can make $5, $6, $7,000 from the meetup to top off our sabbatical fund. So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. If we're talking about, I can't imagine we'd be able to get more than 50 women. We need $6,000. $6,000 divided by 50 equals $120 for a meetup ticket. That doesn't include anything, right? No food, no accommodation. If that's something that you would be willing to pay just as a way to put money into the Vaycarious sabbatical fund, I don't know. I want to do it, but I want it to be enough that we make enough money. We'll think on this. We'll think on this. I'm gonna go the summit at the summit session. When I'll listen to Kimberly's talk at the summit session, and we'll see. Okay, so put aside an extra $150 for the meetup ticket in case it happens. Okay, I don't know. Okay, we need to make sure that if we do a meetup, it might as well be a meetup that gives us enough money to top off the fund. Okay, that's what we'll do. Yes, and friends, check your spam and your junk mail as well. Yes, thank you for that, guys. Yes, okay, check your folders before you email us. It could be sitting there and just in your junk mail or in your spam. Email, as far as we've come with the world, email is still unpredictable. It's unpredictable whether or not you're going to get an email that I send you. That's life. That's life. Okay. So we did what we came to do. We talked about gaslighting. We talked about the summit. Okay, y'all have your tickets. Okay, how'd I do? My mom just drove home, so I hear the garage door just opened up. So I'm gonna go downstairs and get some breakfast, some noon breakfast. Last time after I went live, we went out to eat, but I was starving. After live stream, I need to eat immediately. And we went out to eat, and I was like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna pass out at this table. Yeah, put $150 aside just in case we have a meetup for the sabbatical fund. And then we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to see what Kimberly says. If Kimberly West teaches me how to do it, which she will, then maybe we'll do it. It's going to be, this is not a Rashida, this is not an Exodus Summit meetup, okay? It's not going to be on that level. I hope you understand that, okay? Exodus Summit's Cancun meetup entailed things because Rashida was involved, okay? If this is just a meetup for the Vaycarious Sabbatical Fund only, we're not going to do things. It's not going to be that. This is not an Exodus Summit meetup. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? A meetup with me, I've done a meetup in Nashville. I did a meetup in Raleigh. I did a meetup in Virginia, Northern Virginia, and one in the Baltimore airport. You know what we did? We just sat at a table. Okay? They bought their food, I bought my food. This is what a meetup with just me looks like. I sit at a table. Okay? So if you want a good meetup, this is not that. Okay? We're not doing things. Okay? Okay? So if you're willing to come to Puerto Rico and just sit at a table and pay $150 to the fund, or if you want to do things, you have to plan them. You can invite me, plan them and invite me. Okay? I'm not planning things. I don't some of you know this, but some of you are new. Okay? Some of you understand this, but some of you are new here. Okay? The reason you haven't seen pictures from Raleigh and Nashville and the DC meetup, except for one group photo, is because that's all we did. Okay? If you're expecting an Exodus Summit meetup, you need to come to Exodus Summit and see if there is anything that you need to learn about a potential future Exodus Summit meetup. Okay? This is just a Vaycarious sabbatical fund, make this last $6,000 meetup. Okay? Understand that. We're not doing stuff. I don't do things unless somebody else plans it. Okay. All right. But if you want to spend some time in Puerto Rico in January, I'm going to be there. And so we can do that. We can do that. RA. Okay, so the final deadline for the All Access Pass. There's no final deadline for the All Access Pass, but the the All Access Pass will potentially sell out. So there's no deadline. Okay, ticket price changes. Oh, I know that. The price changes, I believe, October 1st. I think so. I'm pretty sure. I'm 99% sure the price changes October 1st from 247 to 297. Was that helpful? Okay. Yeah, that's all. I want to go to Puerto Rico to eat. I'm in a coaching program, and my coach is doing a get together, a coaching, what is it called? A conference. My coach is hosting a conference in Puerto Rico the 20 something of January. It's only 2 or 3 days, but I'm going to be in Puerto Rico a little bit longer because you know how I do. I like to take my time. I like to stay there a little while. So I'll be in Puerto Rico the end of January. And I just want to eat. Like, seriously. I just want to be there and eat. Okay? So price change October 7th, or okay, so price change October 7th. So the bonus sessions might sell out. We'd still sell the all access pass, even if the bonus sessions sell out, because you can just get the replays of the bonus sessions, okay? But the bonus sessions might sell out, and there's a chance that they could sell out within the next like 10 days if things happen the way we think they're going to happen. I don't know if that's helpful, right? Hopefully we'll have a couple of announcements that would make the bonus sessions sell out. Which is why we're telling you there's a payment plan, Klarna and Zip Pay. People have been using them on their own and they've been working. We don't even know, right? We don't know that there was a payment plan ticket, but women are sharing in the group, hey, got mine with Klarna on a payment plan. Okay. 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 But okay, so if you're disappointed when I say that there's a meetup and we're not going to do anything unless you plan it, come to Exodus Summit. There may be something that you will learn during Exodus Summit about something more. Might be something. Might be something. Might be something better coming. Maybe. Maybe not. But maybe. Hmm. Yes, Tanya, breakout sessions are recorded. So everybody with the all access pass will get the replay of the bonus sessions, even if they're not in the bonus sessions. Yeah, so that's the only difference from here on. If you get the bonus session now, or if you get the bonus session 2 days after the summit started, right? The difference is you may or may not get into the bonus sessions live, but everybody will get the replay. Everybody with the all access pass will get the replay of the bonus sessions. All right? Okay. And Rashida and I are going live on the Exodus Summit YouTube channel on Tuesday with a guest. I saw an email pop up on my phone from the guest, and I don't know if she was saying she's coming or she's not coming, so I'm not going to tell you who it is. But we're going live on the Exodus Summit YouTube channel on Tuesday. Okay? So make sure that you're also subscribed to the Exodus Summit YouTube channel. If you're watching the replay, I'll link to that in the description. But I think I have enough YouTube juice to get the link to that here. We haven't given it the short, cute link yet, right? So it's still like a long link, the ugly link. But make sure that you also subscribe to the Exodus Summit YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on our live stream on Tuesday. We're talking more about the summit. I believe we're going to be talking to a summit alumna about her experiences since attending Exodus Summit. I went to Spelman for a year, and the only thing I really remember them sitting down and teaching me was that we are alumna and alumni, but I still don't remember. I still don't get it right. I remember that was a thing that they focused on, right? You need to understand this is a women's college, and here we don't say alumni, we say alumna and alumnae, but I still get it wrong sometimes. But yeah, so we have a live stream planned for Tuesday, and hopefully our guest is going to be there. If not, it might just be us, but then you can get some more questions answered if you have more questions, and we'll probably have some sort of awesome announcement on Tuesday, I hope. Yeah. So Tuesday, we're going live on the Exodus Summit YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel now and turn on notifications now. Ring that bell. Hit that little bell that says turn on notifications so that you don't miss that live stream on Tuesday. But I need to check my email and see what she was saying because I did see her name pop up, but I didn't open it because I was busy getting myself together. Okay? Okay. Okay. So another question. Okay. So I have a Patreon community. Okay. The Patreon community gets together over on Discord. Discord is just an app, right? So we're a Patreon community who gets together on Discord. All of the Patreon money goes into the Vaycarious Sabbatical Fund. Okay, so remember how we're raising money to send a Black woman on sabbatical? That money, instead of Super Chat now, which we hardly ever get too much money from lately because Super Chat, YouTube, they take a lot. Most of that comes over from the Vaycarians, over from Patreon. Okay, so if you join my Patreon, you'll receive the invitation to the Discord. Okay, so I know it's a multi-step process. I'm sorry. Okay, you get the link. You join the Patreon. You become a patron at patreon.com/vaycarious. Paste. Okay, you become a patron on patreon.com/vaycarious. Once you become a patron, you'll receive the invitation to Discord. Discord is just an app where people communicate, right? You'll receive the invitation to Discord, okay? And then you join the Discord. When there's a co-working session or when they're doing something, that's where they'll give you the link to it. The co-working sessions usually happen on Zoom, but they give the link over on Discord. Discord is an app with a learning curve. It's okay, right? It's okay if you come over there and you're like, what is this? I don't know how to do this. Okay, just say hi and it's okay. Take your time with it. I am not doing very much with the Patreon community through the end of October, right? Until the summit is over, they are off doing their thing. It's just women who like to get together and talk, right? They do. Jessica, Jessica runs the co-working sessions. They're called co-working sessions, but they're like get-togethers where they break. We stop, we talk for a little bit, and then we break and we do some work. I usually do like email like work. This is where I write the newsletter for the week. Some of them are doing some decluttering and preparing to put their houses on the market. Some of them are reading. Jessica's reading and writing an extensive book review, right, during the co-working session. They just do whatever. And then we get back together after the timer goes off and we talk some more. And then we break and we do some more work. And then we come back and we talk some more. It's just a social time with work mixed in with some women who are working on some plans for their futures. Okay. So Patreon gets you the invitation to Discord. Discord gets you the link to the co-working sessions. It's a multi-step process. Maybe one day I'll figure out a smoother way to do things, but for now it works. Okay? As you hear, my voice is starting to go out. My voice is starting to fail me. So I think it's time to wrap it up. Yes, all access pass includes the bonus sessions. Yes. All access pass includes 1 year of I keep saying refills. All access pass includes 1 year of replays. All access pass includes some bonuses like house sitter school, like getting found on YouTube, like a discount from burnout to bliss. You'll see it on the website. When you go to exodussummit.com, you'll see it on there. Okay? Okay, good. All right. It's a wonderful way for me to start my weekend too. I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you very much for that super chat that I just saw pop up. And then we'll close it out. AD, thank you very much for that super chat. Lemon character. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for that super chat. We'll add it into the sabbatical fund. All right. So I appreciate you guys as always for being here. I appreciate you as always for being so caring and kind and giving and sharing and supportive and wonderful with each other, with me. Okay. Now, also, please do that for yourself. Okay. Don't treat us better than you treat your own self. So take some time and do something for yourself that shows that you're on your side. If that means take a nap today, take a nap today. All right. And then finally, register for Exodus Summit. We put the summit together for you. You're not going to want to miss it. Okay? Well, you're not going to want to miss it. Okay? Because in a few months after the summit, when you see Black women out here making their feet picks money, you're going to wish you had been there. Okay? ExodusSummit.com is where you register for Exodus Summit. Okay? It was so nice hanging out with you guys. I'll see you again Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Have a wonderful week. Bye.